Good morning and welcome to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czech Republic. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by Erasm Ivans.
Hello, Amelia. It's good to be back.
Yes, and we are in for a treat this week. Only a short few weeks ago we had the Junior Worlds and you didn't have to wait too long for some more excitement. We start our 8-day competition today with the women's 43, 47 and 52 kilo sub-juniors. The first flight, as you can see here coming up, we have a mixture of the 43s and 47s. It seems like the podiums are more or less set in both weight classes, but a fight for silver in the 47s amongst Grechkoviak and Murphy. So a bit of a fight there. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And we have a lot of big names coming up this week.
Yeah, we'll see how many people from the junior worlds come here. We'll see if they might be burned out or have just built on their momentum from junior worlds.
Yeah, and if anyone can do it, it's juniors normally, especially sub-juniors have that big snapback that they can get in their recovery, but it's short time to recover. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's not completely unusual, but we'll have to wait and see. We're waiting for our first lifter now of the entire competition. And it is just going to be so exciting. I have our sponsors here, ESN, Visit Malta and SBD. And we kick our championships off. We have Ada Mola Yuka from Hungary. She'll be lifting 65 kilos.
Bars not yet being loaded.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for some technical issues there. But in the meantime, like we said, Junior Worlds not so long ago, we think we'll see a bit of a different team from each of the countries that competed there.
Well, as you said, juniors and sub-juniors can recover more quickly, even make a bit of progress just in these short few weeks. But it would certainly make sense for the countries to maybe send like a separate team, maybe send the very top team to Junior Worlds and then select a secondary team for the Euros.
Yeah, from what I've seen from nominations, it's a bit of a mix. Some of the lifters who did Worlds not coming through, and then a lot, whose last year it is maybe are taking that opportunity. Yuka now, 65 kilos.
And looks good. We open with 3 white lights and a first successful lift of this championship, so always nice to see that.
Yeah, big pressure off there, not just the first lift for her, but of the whole championships, and she nailed it. Karolina Ichczak from Poland, opening on 75 kilos, currently nominated in silver overall, behind Cardinale.
That was very deep and reasonably easy. And as we were saying, the progress of the sub-juniors, her previous squat personal best 70 kilos, opening 5 kilos above that, which is quite a percentage jump at these lower weights, but still smashing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, super deep. She's only 17 years old and has been competing 1 year, so lots of progress to come. As you can see there, 70 kilos was her previous max, but now we're going to have Maria Curate Perez from Spain, who'll be taking 80 kilos. There's just a bit of a issue with the tech there, but we have Spanish lifter Maria here, opening at 80 kilos, 10 kilos below her best. It's her last year as a sub-junior, so 18 years old, so will be heading into the juniors next year as a 47 kilo lifter. Lovely quick opener. Let's wait for the lights there.
Just waiting for the center referee's light.
Let's have a look at that again on the replay.
Yeah, lovely deep 3 white lights. And as we said, we have the 43 kilo category and the 47 kilo category competing together in the same flight. They are not competing against each other, just lifting together, because if they done so separately, there would be just 3 and 4 people respectively in the groups.
Lydia Gryczkowiak now from Poland, 85 kilos. And yeah, looking at these opening lifts, our penultimate lifter is going to be from the 43, so a huge squat opener there. Just waiting for that light there. Didn't look like there was too much wrong with it in the replay, but we'll hold out for those lights anyway from the referees. And no, 2-1, unfortunately no lift on depth. So we'll have to sink it a little bit further there on her second.
Next up, we'll have Alessandra Murphy from Ireland. The bar is loaded.
We now have Alessandra Murphy from Ireland opening on 92.5 kilos last year as a sub-junior. So I imagine this is actually going to be her last ever competition as a sub-junior as well, and what a way to end it here on the European stage.
Yeah, fast and snappy opener. Her personal best 105.5, I presume an Irish record.
Yeah, I think you'd be right there.
Yeah, we'll see if you can improve upon that.
It was a nice tidy opener, very snappy like you said. Yeah, and as I alluded to before, our penultimate opener is from Giulia Cardinale from Italy, 95 kilos, opening on her squat PB, but with competing for only a year as a sub-junior, you know, it's not that uncommon to see. But the second heaviest opener in the flight with, as you mentioned, 2 weight classes here. Looked good. I'm a little bit worried about the depth there.
As you said, no lift unfortunately. It was strong, but she's gonna have to go lower. We can see here on the replay now.
Yeah, and it's just borderline by the looks of that, which, you know, what we're looking for is the hip crease to go below the top of the knee, not parallel. And now we have our final opener of the flight, Lucie Chanceux from France, 97.5 kilos, opening 2.5 kilos above her personal best. Talk about progress. A little scrappy, but it moved well.
Yeah, we'll have to wait again for the lights. It was a slightly grindy, but that's what you expect from someone with the letters FRA on their singlet.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a pretty typical stance there for Team France. Now, heading into the second round, we have 2 lifters without a squat on the board yet, Cardinale and Gryczkowiak, but not an issue with strength, which is a good thing to see. Just needs to sink it a little bit further. We head now straight into our second attempts and jumping 2.5 kilos. We have Ada Imola Yuka from Hungary, 67.5.
First one was reasonably fast.
Yeah, it did slow down quite a bit there, but with these lighter body weights, it's so important to remember she weighs 43 kilos on the dot, so probably had a weight cut coming into this, and that's light body weight anyway. So it does really impact you, and it's the lightest weight class in powerlifting. So 2.5 kilos can be quite a significant jump. Just a quick look at the scoreboard there. Like I said, still Cardinale and Gryczkowiak without a lift on the board. Karolina Iczak from Poland now jumping 7.5 kilos to 82.5. Quite a big jump for a 43.
Yeah, these lower weights, even 2.5 kilos is not insignificant. Jumping 7.5 here.
And she makes it look good.
And no signs of slowing down.
Already opened on her personal best, so that was extending that by 7.5 kilos.
85 kilos, once again for Lydia.
And that was a good lift.
Trying to put herself on a board in her second attempt.
And we're having a bit of technical trouble with the lights.
Yeah, so we're going to do our best to keep you up to date with that. Lydia Gryczkowiak now from Poland. Needs to sink it a little bit further. Looked better from here, but let's wait, see what the referees say. 2-1, a good lift.
It's good this time, and she gets a squat on the board.
Yeah, convinced 2 of the referees. Still got a depth call from the far side referee, but that does look like she's just dipped it in. Looked depth for me. Maria Creante Perez from Spain, jumping 10 kilos, wow, to 90 for her second attempt. Quite the leap here. Perhaps looking to push and fight for a podium position if she continues to make big jumps like this. Not completely unusual to see from Team Spain, but have a look.
Ooh. Gets stuck there in the middle, but gets it up.
Yeah, she found that sticking point and continued to work through it, but as we kind of suspected, 10 kilos was a big jump, and you can tell. I imagine see maybe a 2.5 to her third. What do you think there?
Yeah, maybe 5 if they're feeling really ambitious, if they go for all or nothing, but that was a really big jump for her second.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. 5 would definitely be risky. Giulia Cardinale from Italy now, retaking 95. The strength looked decent on her opener, just needs to sink it further here on her second. This is her current squat PB. Like you said, didn't look hard, just a smidge too high.
And it's good this time. All of our lifters get a squat on the board.
Yeah, which is exactly what we want to see. Have a look at that again in the replay. And actually from that angle it does look a lot better. I think from the front it's one of those squats that's a little bit more deceiving.
That's exactly why we have 3 referees.
Yeah. And why we're not calling the shots as well. Ali Murphy from Ireland, 100 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump to move her into squat gold for the time being, with Chansar to follow.
Oh, gets stuck there in the middle and can't stand it up.
Yeah, she looked a little confused there, so I'm wondering if she fell out of position or if it was just a little too much. Have a look here at the replay. It just looked like it was a bit too heavy, but I've been proved wrong before.
Sometimes you just start the lift with just the tiniest bit of doubt,
Yeah.
and you can't stand up a maximum lift with that.
Our final second attempt of this flight, Lucie Chansard from France, 102.5 kilos, already in squat gold. This would confirm that for her.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
First one wasn't the fastest, but the second one does not slow down at all.
And it is a good lift. Arguably, I think it looked a little bit better, shook the nerves off, and it's a really tidy lift. Like I said, it's not quick, but it's very efficient. And that concludes our second round of squats. We have all lifters on the board with a squat now as we move into our third attempts. And the bar is loaded for Ada Imola Yuka. 70 kilos, another 2.5 kilo jump here. Seems like the sensible choice to me.
She's not gonna match her personal best, but wow.
Yeah, what a grind.
Yeah, she really had to fight it, but she kept her position and was able to push through it, probably because of that.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. Like you said, it really aided her that she stayed in that position all the way through.
You can see with the reasonably high bar stance, she can really press out of her quads.
87.5 kilos for Karolina Iczak from Poland. A 5 kilo jump for another personal best. Very tidy looking third.
Yeah, lovely and deep. And I believe she improved on her personal best by 17.5 kilos this competition. I think she started at 70, so...
It's not too shabby, is it?
Yeah, not bad.
Absolutely phenomenal job there. 90 kilos now for Lydia Grzeszkowiak from Poland. 5 kilo jump. This moves her into squat bronze for the time being, with Corante Perez to follow. Missed her opener on depth.
Yeah, she gets it up.
She maintained the position all the way through, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights. Managed to keep the depth that she found on her second. So she moves into squat bronze with only one lifter who can take that away from her, Maria Corante Perez from Spain. 92.5, took a huge 10 kilo jump from her opener, as we suspected a 2.5 kilo jump here to move her into squat silver on body weight ahead of Murphy, who is to follow. If she misses this, she ends up off the podium on body weight. 90 was hard.
It just goes to show how close these athletes are, and as soon as something can go wrong, you can be either second or completely off the podium. Wow, what an effort.
Yeah, big smile as she fought it up. We wait for the lights. Does she walk away with a squat medal?
It's a 2-to-1, good lift, one depth call from the left-hand side referee.
It's a great fight. Big smile from halfway through. Walks away in squat silver for the time being, with Murphy still to lift. 100 kilos for Giulia Cardinale from Italy. 5 kilo jump after missing her opener on depth. Already a squat gold in the 43s to be a big personal best and a huge milestone over double body weight.
Strength wasn't the issue on the first one, the depth was. She got it on her second. Oh.
Yeah, it seems like strength was the issue this time. Although, if you're used to squatting a little bit higher and you're told to squat deeper, not only does that affect the squat itself, but mentally, you know, you were thrown off course a little bit. So,
Absolutely, you can just lose position a little bit at the bottom. But this makes Cardinale just a bit vulnerable
yeah,
to perhaps losing what we thought was being pretty much cemented in first place.
yeah, if she misses a couple more lifts, that could be in danger. Now, though, Ali Murphy from Ireland has squat bronze. Currently, this will move her into silver. 100 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump. Missed it on her second and what looked like strength.
And she gets it this time.
Yeah, it looks like she cut depth a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Yep, 3 white light is a good lift. And that's the thing, you don't need to squat as deep as you can. You just can squat just below parallel, and that's enough.
Yeah, you just need to go just deep enough.
And if you can find that line, it's perfect, but it's risky. Our final squat of this first flight before we head into the 52 kilo sub-juniors, Lucie Chansard from France, 107.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her second. Another personal best should she make this.
Oh, just cuts off there halfway up to the top. And that's gonna wrap up the 43s and 47s squat session.
Yeah, with that stance as well, it just sometimes does cut off quite quickly, quite hard. We head now into the 52 kilo. Don't go anywhere, we're not heading into a break. We have the 52 kilo sub-junior squats. And a quick summary of the 43s in squat gold, Cardinale. And Chansard in the 47s. Just had that cut away from me there, but we head now into the 52 kilo sub-juniors. Emilia Marczlewska from Poland, 85 kilos. Opening 5 kilos below her best, only 16 years old. So plenty of years left in the sub-juniors.
A strong opener. And 3 whites to start off the 52 kilo squat session.
We now have Jenna Tavainen from Finland, 95 kilos, 5 kilos below her personal best, 16 years old. Hit the rack a little bit there, but managed to steady herself before she continued to walk out. And moves well. I want to wait for the referee's lights there, because it's hard to tell from that angle. Just looking for the referees now. 2-1, unfortunately, no lift. Yeah, just got called on depth there. And it is close, but just a shy.
Yeah, it is close. She might have gotten a bit thrown off by hitting the rack upright.
Marie Luchard from Belgium, opening on 95 kilos, competing less than 1 year. So very new to the sport, already on the international platform.
Jury overruled, so it's a good lift for you.
Oh, and the jury's overruled Tavainen to a good lift, which is great news. Wow, that was a lovely deep squat.
Yeah, just sat down.
No issues on depth whatsoever. It's a good lift. I would have been very surprised if I saw an infraction from that.
Next one we'll have Clara Kucharczykowa, and the bar is loaded.
Klara Kucharczykowa from Czechia. On home soil, the first Czech athlete we've had so far, and I'm sure the first of many. 95 kilos on the bar. Ooh, a little bit of turbulence there on the way up, but managed to stand it up in the end.
These blue lights, the
Yeah.
bar moved down as I was afraid.
We'll have a look at that again. So as Erasmus said, we're looking for the bar dip, which was just there.
Just slightly, but it's enough to get cold.
And the worry is she hit a bit of turbulence, so it looked a little bit difficult. And I'm hoping it wasn't a strength issue, because she still has to get a squat on the board for the second.
And I think usually when the bar moves down and you manage to get it going again upwards, it's not a strength issue, it's just loss of positioning or something in that region.
Well, let's hope so. Maria Aksonkina from Ukraine, 100 kilos. Another very deep squat. Look, super easy.
Very fast. A 2-1. Yellow light from the center referee.
Have a look here in the replay. Yellow could be for a jumped command.
Yeah, it almost seemed to me like she jumped the start command.
It's hard for the jury to rehear that, so I'm sure she'll be okay. Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain, 100 kilos. Opening 10 kilos above her personal best. It's her last year as a sub-junior with 4 years competitive experience already. It's a lot of time as a sub-junior.
And great opener for Thomas. Yeah, 4 years as a sub-junior is pretty much all you can get, since you can't legally compete if you're under 14.
Yeah, and you can tell the experience here in the way she squats. It's a really nice, tidy squat. Keeps position super well. Really nice low bar. We now have Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain, also opening on 100 kilos. Another lifter in their last year as a sub-junior, but opposed to Sylvie Thomas, is her first year of competing.
A bit unstable there on the top, but it's 3 white lights, it's good.
Yeah, it was a little bit scrappy, but it just shows the pure strength that she has. I think a good stark difference between her and Thomas. Thomas really tidy, but you can see that it was just pure strength there from Ruiz Nieto. So a lot of promise. Nikola Tomsova from Czechia, 112.5 kilos. Wow, very easy opener for Nicola.
Absolutely no problem there, and it's 3 whites.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to see your opener move. Plenty left in the tank, no technical issues. Leah Tulipan from Hungary, 115 kilos for her opening attempt. It's a bit of work.
Not the easiest opener. It's 3 whites, but we'll see how much more she can get up.
Yeah, and the thing is, different countries sometimes have different strategies. Some like opening nearer the max. She was just 5 kilos below her max here, and then edging up to what they think they can have. Some countries like opening more conservative and making those bigger jumps. So it could be a case of that. Now we have Cassandra Olivier from France, 122.5 kilos.
These next three athletes now are our squat podium contenders.
Yeah, the world sub-junior record stands at 138.5 kilos, same as the European sub-junior record.
Steady and controlled. Nothing much to add there. Great depth and 3 white lights.
Yeah, really nice. I thought for a second there she had her eyes shut throughout that, but I think she's just looking down below her. Yeah, really nice opener.
People sometimes tell me that I look like I have my eyes shut because my natural eyelid position is just almost closed.
Alice Del Fabbro now from Italy, 125 kilos, opening on her squat PB. As you said, another contender for that squat podium. If she gets this, I'm quite sure she puts herself in a good position to assure that. Hit the hole quite hard, but still very snappy. A lot of power there.
It's 3 whites, good lift, and 1 lifter left to go in this first round of the 52 kilo squats.
Yeah, for now, let's have a look at that replay from Del Fabbro.
She really used the bounce from the bottom.
And as you said, one last lifter with our opening attempt here. We have Pauline Varnero from France, 130 kilos, only 8.5 kilos below the world sub-junior squat record. So excited to see how this moves. Five kilos below her personal best. Again, a little bit scrappy, but it moved quite smoothly despite that.
Yeah, it's 3 whites, it's a good lift, and all but one of the lifters getting a valid squat on board in the first round.
And that leaves Pauline just 8.5 kilos below the world sub-junior squat record on her opening attempt. As you can see here, the standings currently heading into second attempts with Kuchikova without a squat on the board. We head through now to the second round of squats. Emilia Marczlewska from Poland jumping 7.5 kilos to 92.5. This will be a personal best, 2.5 kilos above her current PB.
Moves decently well for a second attempt. Again waiting for the referee lights. And it's 3 whites. It's a good lift and a personal best on the second attempt. You love to see that.
And now we have Klara Kuchikova from Czechia retaking her opener. Now, she got 3 blues in her opening attempt for downwards movement. We're hoping, as you said, it's not a strength issue because she managed to get it up first time. Let's hope she can get it up in one smooth movement this time round and get a squat on the board. Personal best is 100, so this is a weight that she's done before. Let's hope she didn't expend too much energy in that first attempt. There we go, looks like a completely different lift.
And it's 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Everyone now has a valid squat on board. And yeah, as we said, the strength was definitely there. It was just a technique issue, and she fixed it.
Yeah, just shaking off some nerves, I think, there. Jena Taivainen from Finland, 100 kilos. Got her opening attempt overturned to a good lift. So has jumped 5 kilos to 100 to match her personal best.
Had to work a bit, but it's 3 whites.
That's a good lift. Once again for Jelena.
No need to turn over the decision this time.
Yeah, and it's a big confidence boost as well when you see those 3 white lights on your second after getting reds in your first. Know that you're doing the right thing and you can continue forward into your third without having to think about any extras like that. Marie Luchat from Belgium, 102.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump. Very deep squatter. Sometimes the trade-off for that, of course, is as it gets heavier, it's harder to get it back out of the hole, but 95 was so easy for her.
Yeah, very strong effort there. 3 whites and no problem there.
That's 105 kilos now for Carla. Bar is loaded.
105 kilos for Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain. 5 kilo jump. It'll be a new personal best should she make this.
Powers it up. 3 whites and another good lift for a 5 kilo personal best for Carla.
Yeah, that was a really nice second attempt. Very, very comfortable. Leaves her in a great position heading into that third to add more and extend that personal best. Maria Asunkina from Ukraine, 107.5 kilos for her second attempt.
She set it down really deep and had to fight it on the way up, but there's still more there, it would seem.
Bar is loaded.
We now have Great Britain's Sylvie Thomas, 107.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. Got pushed forward out of position a little bit there, but you can see the experience. She maintained composure and pushed through. It was a really nice second attempt.
Yeah, exactly. The years and years of competing really show when it comes to a situation like that. Just misses the bounce by centimeters,
Bar is loaded.
but manages to hold on.
Nikola Tomsova from Czechia, 117.5 kilos. Yeah, and some lifters don't utilize the bounce. You know, some use a more controlled technique. It's each to their own and what works best for them. This is 2.5 kilos below Nicola's personal best.
That was fast.
Super easy.
Yeah, just like her opener. Super easy. Smiled at the top. She knows she's feeling good. It's a good lift.
And just as you were saying, we can see here on the replay a lifter, I'd say, not utilizing the bounce much. really controls it on the way down, and at a certain point when she knows she's reached the depth, just activates those leg muscles, powers the bar up.
Yeah, and the thing is, the trade-off for using that bounce you get in the squat is that as it gets heavier, you know, you lose that momentum on the way up, and it becomes harder to push through sometimes than if it was a bit more controlled. So it's a double-edged sword. Leah Tulepan from Hungary, 120 kilos.
Oh,
It's a good catch from the spotters and loaders. Just seemed a little too heavy for Leah there. We'll have a look at that again in the replay.
as she was opening heavy and hard, took a 5 kilo jump. And
Yeah.
just get stuck there.
You just
In
see
the
that
sticking point.
Yeah, exactly. We can see where the sticking point is, and it's a high up one. It's hard to push through. Now, the next three lifters, all on their second attempts with an 8.5 kilos or less of the world sub-junior record. Cassandra Olivier from France, 130 kilos for her second attempt. 2 kilos above her personal best, and I imagine to be a sub-junior French national record.
Slow and steady, 3 wides and a good lift. And the 128 was the sub-junior French record until the previous round of squats.
Yeah. And now she's only going to continue to build on that. Our penultimate second attempt, Alice Del Fabbro from Italy, 132.5 kilos to move her into squat gold for the time being, with Varnero to follow. Leaves her just 6 kilos below that world record. So I imagine we'll see perhaps at least one attempt for it on third round, but let's see how this second moves first. Interesting, slow out the hole and then very snappy on that second part of the squat. It's a good lift.
And the snap on the top is great if you can control it. But
Yeah.
I've seen bars loaded with 250 kilos falling off people's backs because they came up too fast.
If you can control it and if you can get the bar up to that point. Now our final second attempt, Pauline Varnero from France, 135 kilos for a matched personal best, and as I alluded to before, 3.5 kilos below that world sub-junior record.
If this moves well, it would be unreasonable not to go for the record, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the lowest jump they can make would be 2.5 kilos, and just half a kilo above that is the record.
It looks decent enough. It's 3 wides.
Yeah, good lift, and I imagine to see 139 for the third, but it's important to note these are sub-junior lightweight women, so the extra kilo, half a kilo, can really make a difference. So I'll see the strategy that Team France have going into that, but the chip will help them fight when it comes to their podium positions overall as well. That concludes our second round of squats. We head now into the third and final round. Emilia Marczluska from Poland, 100 kilos.
And she fights it up.
Phenomenal third attempt from Emilia.
It's 3 wides and she puts another 7.5 on her personal best, which I believe she broke even on her opener.
Yeah, seeing some great progress here. Like we said, most familiar to see that in the sub-juniors, but what a showing. Klara Kuchikova from Czechia, 100 kilos.
she fights it up.
Once again,
And it is a good lift after that speed bump on her opener, getting those blues, managed to continue to add those kilos.
105 kilos for Jenna.
She maintained her position and was able to push through the sticking point.
As well, the bar is loaded.
105 kilos for Jenna Tavainen from Finland. 5 kilo jump from her second.
Wow!
What a fight.
And it's 3 whites, and she deserved those.
Yeah,
Wow.
well earned. Let's have a look at that again.
107.5 for Emily. Bar is loaded.
Absolutely incredible. Almost paused it in the middle there. Continued to fight through. $107.5 kilos for Marie Luchard from Belgium. Just loses it there out the hole. I think her knees caved a little bit, just a bit too much today. Have a look at that again in the replay. And that's kind of the usual point you'll see with that narrow stance, that sticking point.
Yeah, you manage to get up the first few centimeters of the bounce, but then you just can't keep going.
107.5 kilos for Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain. 2.5 kilo jump from her second, opting for the smallest jump here. Important to remember in the 52s, that's still a significant amount of weight added to the bar. About 5% of their body weight. Yeah, unfortunately just too heavy, but jumping the smallest increment meant she got everything she could have out of the squat on her second with the 105.
And I was wondering, after her second attempt, it seemed to me she was holding her leg while walking off the platform, and once again this time it might be her quads cramping up.
Yeah, maybe her hip there, but hopefully she's okay heading into bench press, and smarter to let that lift go than push through and hurt herself. Maria Aksunkina, Ukraine, 112.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her second for another personal best.
Oh, just gets stuck in the middle. Again, gets halfway up just of the power of the bounce alone.
112.5 for Sylvie's last attempt.
Just can't
Bar is
grind
loaded.
through the sticking point.
Yeah, different lifters have different sticking points generally due to their position, stance, and how their body moves. Sylvie Thomas now from Great Britain, 112.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her second for a new personal best.
And she gets it up.
Yeah, knees came out in the hole a little bit there, but again, did really, really well to continue pushing through that and get a good lift.
And it's a 5 kilo personal best. Strong finish.
She had 5 more kilos at the end of the second squat. And the
Big smile at the end there.
120
Well
for
deserved.
this attempt of Leah. Bar is loaded.
We now have Leah Tulipan from Hungary, 120 kilos. Missed this on her second, reattempting it here on her third.
Let's hope she can find the strength somewhere to grind this out. Her opener wasn't the easiest.
Yeah, and she would have expended quite a lot of energy attempting it on her second. But let's see what fight she has in her today.
Wow. Oh,
Phenomenal
falls
catch
forward. I think she might have gotten a bit dizzy there from the effort.
there. I think she just tipped onto her toes, but it was a phenomenal job. She kept pushing through, and I think if she hadn't have done that, she might have gotten through it. Yeah, I think she just started tipping forwards, but a great effort nonetheless for Tulipan. 4 lifts remaining, first of which we have Nikola Tomsova from Czechia, 122.5 kilos for a new personal best. Her opener and her second both very quick. Let's see if an extra 5 kilos slows her down whatsoever. Wow, did not slow her down at all. A lovely third attempt.
Yeah, secures a personal best. Well, still waiting for the lights, and it's good.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine too much wrong with that. As a lovely third attempt, plenty left in the tank. Now we move on to our podium finishes in the squats. 3 lifts remaining, the final of which will be a World Sub-Junior squat record attempt. But all of them are within 6 kilos of that. Cassandra Olivier from France, 132.5 kilos to move her from squat bronze into silver for the time being on body weight, ahead of Del Fabro, who is to follow. Phenomenal job there from Cassandra.
Yeah, gets that extra 2.5 kilos to jump to second place for the time being.
Just waiting for flags. Yep, 3 white lights, a good lift, moves into silver. Just wanted to confirm that with the referees before we said something wrong there, but I couldn't imagine too much wrong with it. And now to take back not just a potential silver position, but for the time being a squat gold, Alice Del Fabro from Italy, 137.5 kilos on the bar, a 5 kilo jump, moves her into squat gold for the time being, which means if Varnero from France misses the world record attempt, she will end up in squat gold. And it is so close overall between the 3 of them. Every kilo counts. Let's see how this moves.
Come on, solid.
Oh,
That is a great effort.
yeah, she stands it up.
And that is a good lift. Those kilos are really going to help her. Only 7.5 kilos on prognosis separates the top 3. They're on an island of their own. It's going to be them in the podium, it looks like. But we do not know in what order yet. And it'll be tight all the way until the end. One final squat of this morning's session, and what a way to end it already on day 1, session 1. We have a World Sub-Junior record attempt with Pauline Varnero from France, 139 kilos on the bar, moves her back into squat gold, but more importantly, will give her the World Sub-Junior squat record. moves well. Let's wait for the lights.
That looked pretty easy for world record attempt.
And that is a new world sub-junior squat record for Vanero of France. Moves back into squat gold and keeps it tight there in the top 3. Look at that. And that concludes the first squat session of the championships. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now. A quick summary of the squats. Vanero walking away with squat gold. In silver, Del Fabro. And in bronze, we have Olivier from France as well with 132.5 kilos. All very close at the top, and it will remain so. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you then.
Please, officials, get ready.
Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czechia. We have for you the 43 kilo and 47 kilo bench press, followed immediately by the 52 kilo Sub-Junior bench press. Just had quite the exciting squat session, seeing our first successful world record in the 52s with 139 kilos from Varnero from France. What a start to the championships that was, and I hope bench will be just as exciting. We have first, as I said, a flight of 7, which will consist of both 43s and 47s, followed by a flight of 12, which will be the 52 kilo sub-juniors.
It's going to be really tight for the medals in both categories.
Yeah, all the bench openers very, very similar in this flight, both in the 43s and 47s, as you said.
The bar is loaded at 40
And we
kilos for
head
Carolina
straight into bench press now with
Powerlifting.
Karolina Ichczak from Poland, 40 kilos on the bar. Already opening 2.5 kilos above her best. Not uncommon to see in the sub-juniors. So there are quite a few rules in bench press that we'll try and take you through as we see them. And if we see the infractions, of course. There shouldn't be too much wrong with that one.
Easy opener.
Yeah, once again waiting for the lights.
Flags, please, referees.
We'll see, the referees are going to use the flags.
That's a good lift.
And it's 3 whites. It's a good first bench press opener.
40 kilos as well for
Yeah, and as we mentioned in the squats, the jumps, 2.5 kilos, 5 kilos are big jumps, especially in the 43s, and that is even so more the case in bench press. Ada Imola Yuka from Hungary, 40 kilos. A little bit sticky there, but manages to lock out her arms.
25 kilos now for
Have a look at that again on the replay as we wait for the lights.
Yeah, a bit of trouble getting it off the chest.
Bar is loaded.
A bit slow, but she got it up. And
I think that is a good lift. We move now on to Giulia Cardinale from Italy, the current leader in the 43s, opening on 45 kilos. Every kilo counts though. She's currently 7.5 kilos ahead of Ichczak. In prognosis, gonna have to keep making lifts. That was lovely and easy.
Good lift.
And that
Three
is a
lights.
good lift.
3 white flags. Instead of the 3 white lights, sometimes the system just doesn't want to cooperate.
Alessandra.
And that is a good lift. As you said, 3 white lights.
And the bar is loaded.
Now move on to the 47s. We've seen all the 43 kilo openers and they were successful. Ali Murphy from Ireland opening on 45 kilos. And prognosis in silver overall. Going to be hoping to keep that position ahead of Grechkowiak. So every kilo counts here.
Nice and easy for Murphy. She'll be happy with that. She's in a tight battle for second place overall.
45 kilos as well. This time for
That is a good
Maria.
lift. 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded.
Same weight stays on the bar for Maria Curante Perez from Spain, 45 kilos. Though she's lighter than Murphy.
Yeah, another strong opener. And so as she is lighter than Murphy and has the higher lot number, she's gonna want to just at least match Murphy's jumps so she can secure that bronze medal in the bench press. Well, at least bronze if she can match Murphy's attempts.
We now have our penultimate bench press opener, Lucie Chancel from France, 50 kilos, opening on her bench press PB. The weight will remain on the bar for Grichkowiak. Nice, comfortable looking opener there for Lucie, and 2 to 1, a good lift. Does get a depth call from the left side referee.
Yeah, so the depth rule on the bench press, we're gonna see here on the replay, the very bottom tip of the elbow must reach at least parallel with the middle of the shoulder joint. Of course, a thing that is rather hard to see.
Yeah, and usually it's when the center referee gives the red, you're in a little bit more danger. So I think she should be okay there. For now we have Lydia Grichkowiak from Poland, 50 kilos.
And it's 3 wide, she's done it, and we have all of our bench press openers successful, all of the lifters securing a subtotal. For those of you new to powerlifting, every lifter must get at least one valid attempt on each lift if they want to secure a total and place in the overall standings.
And as you can see here, Cardinale leading the 43s with 45 kilos, a above body weight bench press heading into seconds, and Chancel from France in silver, on body weight behind Grichkowiak of Poland in the 47s with 50 kilos. We head now into our second attempt. Ada Imola Yuka from Hungary jumping 2.5 kilos to 42.5. Bit of work there. It's hard, but as I said, a 2.5 kilo jump is still sizable in the 43s.
Man, she had to work off the chest even with her opener. And it's 3 wide, it's good, but we'll see how much more she can put up.
We saw a similar situation in squats though for Team Hungary, where their opener was quite hard and they pushed little by little. Like I said, it's a country by country technique. Karolina Ichczak from Poland taking a larger jump here, 5 kilos to her second attempt, 45. A huge jump for the 43s, over 10% of her body weight. Opener was easy though. So was her second.
Yeah, you can see a stark contrast here, very powerful off her chest.
Yeah, so seems to be, a good amount left in the tank. As you said, watching here, power off the chest and a snappy lockout. Really nice second attempt. Ali Murphy from Ireland now, 47.5 kilos, moving her into bench press bronze for the time being. Of course, with Curante Perez still to take her second attempt.
Yeah, she gets it up, and it's 3 wide. She's gonna hope to outlast Quirante Perez here, who took a bigger jump to 50 kilos.
Yeah, similar to her squats, took a 10-kilo jump in her squats, and then her second was quite hard and had to push a small amount to her third. So I'll be interested to see if her second attempt on bench moves a little bit faster. But first we have Giulia Cardinale from Italy, 50 kilos, taking a 5-kilo jump from her opener.
This secures her the bench press gold in the 43s. And it's nice and easy second attempt. 3 white lights for the bench press gold in the 43s.
Yeah, and like you said, secures that gold because we can see as these third attempts have come in for the other two, Idchak has gone for 47.5 and Yuka 45, which means that 50 kilos is the bench press gold at the very least. Maria Quirante Perez now jumping 5 kilos to 50, slightly bigger jump like you said. Let's see how this moves in comparison to her second attempt on squat.
And this is gonna guarantee her at least a bench press bronze.
A good fight there for Maria.
Yeah, a bit more of a struggle this time, but there might still be 2.5 kilos maybe left in the tank, and this puts her on the bench press podium in the 47s, as Murphy has gone for 50 and she is heavier.
Now have Lydia Gryczkowiak from Poland, 52.5 kilos for her second attempt, a 2.5 kilo jump, and our penultimate bench before we head into the third round. A little bit of work, but it was still smooth. It's a good lift, and I think 2.5 kilos there was a sensible choice.
Puts her in the bench press gold for the time being.
Our final second attempt now, Lucy Chansard from France, 55 kilos for her second attempt.
Slow to get it going, but once it gets going, it's up, and it's a 2-to-1 with a depth call from the left-hand side referee. Again, what can happen with the bench press, even more so than with the squat, you can be very asymmetric when doing the bench press. One arm can go significantly lower than the other, so you get a depth call from one side and not the other.
Yeah, and we head into our third round of bench press now with a phenomenal bench session so far. You can see here Cardinale still leading in the 43s, followed by Idchak and Yuka. Chansard leading the 47s, followed by Gryczkowiak and Quirante Perez. Ada Mola Yuka now from Hungary, 45 kilos.
And that'll be a no lift. First of this bench press session. The power just isn't there.
Yeah, but she got everything she could out of making that 2.5 kilo jump. Of course, you can only make a smaller jump than that when it's for a European or world record attempt.
Which in our case, for the 43s, stands at 65.5 kilos.
Yeah, we won't see that in this flight. The 47 stands at 80. Karolina Idźczak from Poland now, 47.5 kilos.
Oh, just loses the trajectory of the bar there, escapes from her, hits the rack, and that'll be a no lift. We'll see here on the replay.
Next up we'll have Alessandra for her last attempt, 50 kilos.
She's powerful off the chest, but the bar just gets away from her.
Yeah, and as soon as it starts tipping backwards, it really is impossible to regain that line, even in equipped gear, you know, which is where you see it more frequently. It's too hard to do. Ali Murphy from Ireland now, 50 kilos on the bar. Sits heavier than Carante Perez, so this won't move her into bench press bronze, but will give her a new personal best should she make this and get those extra kilos to land her in silver overall heading into deadlifts ahead of Gryczkowiak. It looks good, and she's going to need those extra couple kilos because she's heavier than Gryczkowiak.
It's going to be a tight battle for the silver in the 47s when we go into the deadlifts. It's a 2-1 good lift for Murphy.
She gets a yellow, so I'm wondering if there's any infraction from the side there, but can't see, so it seems to remain a good lift. The jury don't seem to be touching it. Giulia Cardinale from Italy, 52.5 kilos, already has bench press gold. This will keep her in a hefty lead ahead of Idźczak heading into deadlifts.
And not there today for Cardinale.
Yeah, unfortunately none of the 43s managing to get that last attempt in on the board, but the prognosis still remains the same. You know, they're pretty set apart in that way currently. Something would have to go quite wrong for Cardinale not to walk away in gold overall. Maria Carante Perez from Spain, 52.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump, has already secured bench press bronze with her second. This will be for a new personal best.
She tries to grind it out, but it's not there for Kirante. She still keeps the third place in the bench press due to being 0.2 kilos lighter than Murphy.
We now have Lydia Gryczkowiak from Poland, 55 kilos, to move her ahead of Chansar for the time being into bench press gold on body weight. She's the lightest in the 47s, with Chansar to follow. But should she get this, it'll move her into that bench press gold position from silver for the time being. Silver already secured.
And she gets it up. It's 3 whites, and she jumps into the bench press gold with one lifter. We'll have to see if she is able to answer.
57.5 for Lisa Chansar. She will try to retake.
Yeah, as you said, that moved her into bench press gold, and only Chansar can change that. Currently now sat in silver, 57.5 kilos, to move ahead of Gryczkowiak, as she is heavier out of the two of them, back into bench press gold. She's more or less impossible to catch as long as she gets her deadlift opener in overall, but looking to collect as many other medals as she can on her way. Not there today, unfortunately, but she still walks away with that bench press silver.
She'll finish with 55, good enough for the silver medal in bench press.
Have a look at that again here. Just
First group,
didn't have the strength to push that today, but
42.5 weight loading on
got
the
everything
bar.
she could out of bench.
42.5.
Yeah, she figured as soon as the bar was on her chest, she knew she wasn't getting it up today.
So very quickly, Cardinale leading bench press with gold in the 43s, followed by Ijchak in silver and Yuka in bronze. In the 47s, in bench press gold, Grechkoviak in silver, Shansa, and in bronze, Curante Perez. We move straight through now to the 52 kilo sub-juniors, where we head into the bench press. Emilia Marchluska there, waiting in the wings for Team Poland to open on 42.5 kilos. The European sub-junior record stands at 90.5 kilos. Our heaviest opener by Cassandra Olivier is 82.5, so we'll have to wait and see when we get there. But for now, kicking us off, Marchluska.
No problem there. We'll have to wait for the lights. It's a 2-1. Yellow from the left-hand side referee. I couldn't see on the replay what that could have been for.
Looks like it will remain as a good lift. Maria Aksonkina from Ukraine, 47.5 kilos, opening on her personal best.
Yeah, look at that speed.
Very comfortable.
And a yellow from the right-hand side referee.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can see from the side.
Well, here we have the perspective of that referee.
And I can't seem to see any sort of lift from the head, heels or glutes, so I think she should be okay there, unless it was a jumped command, but the center referee seemed happy with it.
So
it will remain as a good lift. Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain, 52.5 kilos.
It looked strong enough. And it's 3 whites, it's a good lift.
Mariusza, 55, representing Belgium for the first attempt. Bars loaded.
55 kilos from Maria Lucia from Belgium, opening on her personal best. Just asking the spotter there for a handout. Lifters can opt to give themselves a handout or ask for one, which you usually see this interaction now as they give instructions how they would like it to be given to them.
Yeah, some lifters are very specific about the handout. It can throw you off position very easily if it's done wrong.
Yeah, a lot more control if you give yourself a handout to how it's going to be done, but it's a personal preference thing. That looked really nice and easy for Marie.
Yeah. It's 3 whites and a good lift, and as we're talking about handouts, legally, according to the rules, you can also ask for a handout on the squat. I presume that's mostly used in the equipped version of powerlifting, but yeah,
Wow.
technically you can request a handout on the squats.
Not on the deadlift side, I don't imagine.
Well,
Sylvie Thomas now from Great Britain, 65 kilos. Just 2.5 kilos below her best. Has a high arch there, but does well to still maintain elbow depth from what it seems.
yeah, it's 3 whites, no problem there.
Just like her squat, a very technical lifter.
Basically as experienced as you can get by her age.
Yeah, and you can tell. Klara Kucharchikova from Czechia, 65 kilos. Being 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Has to work off the chest just a bit, but it gets it up, she gets it up, and it's 3 whites.
That
It's
looked like
good.
a pretty smooth opener to me. Have a look at that again in the replay.
Yeah, it just needs to gather some momentum.
Nikola Tomsova from Czechia, 67.5 kilos. Very nice and controlled down to the chest. Snapping off. It's a good lift.
67.5 now for Tony Vanderhoek, France. Bars double.
Pauline Varnero, 67.5 kilos. If you remember, walked away with a new world sub-junior squat record, 139. Middle of the pack for bench, but she'll be back out at the end for deadlift, fighting for that overall position. So looking to collect the kilos here to build that total. Shaky, but it wasn't slow.
Yeah, some people just get the tremor in the arms when handling large weight. You see some lifters looking like they're gonna collapse under the bar and still lifting it reasonably easily.
Leah Tulipan from Hungary, 67.5 kilos, opening above her personal best of 65. Comfortable looking opener for Leah. Let's wait for the lights. Couldn't see from that angle how her elbows were, but seemed like a good lift. 3 white lights. Yeah, that was a lovely opener, nice and controlled.
70 kilos now for Jenna Karvainen from Finland.
Jena Tavainen from Finland, opening on 70 kilos. Not unusual to see a Finnish lifter in a podium position for bench press. opening 7.5 kilos above her personal best. Wow. Big arch, but I think she found elbow depth regardless.
Yeah, it's 3 wides. There's absolutely no problem for her, and for a 7.5 kilo personal best, that moved like a breeze.
Yeah, good depth there. Elbows reached the point they needed to. Our penultimate opener now, we have Alice Del Fabbro from Italy, another contender for podium overall and for the gold overall. Every kilo counts, 72.5 kilos. Another lifter opening above their max. Her PB currently at 68 kilos. That's very comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely no problem there. Opening 4.5 kilos above her personal best. These 3 white lights for Del Fabbro.
Yeah, and with your opener looking that easy, it puts you in a really nice position.
If our last lifter here, Cassandra, gets her bench press in, Del Fabbro is not going to reach her on the bench press, but she can get her kilos to get her closer to the top in the overall standings.
Yeah, and it still is so close. Cassandra Olivier from France, 82.5 kilos, 8 kilos below the European sub-junior record. And half a kilo below her personal best. Let's see how this moves. Well, the weight was comfortable for sure.
Yeah, definitely no problem there. 3 white lights and all of our bench press openers successful.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Everybody has a bench press on the board, can continue to build their total. We head into the second round of bench press now. As you can see here, Olivia leading with 82.5, followed by Del Fabbro and Tavainen. Emilia Machlewska from Poland jumps 2.5 kilos to 45 for her second attempt to match her personal best.
A reasonable second attempt, matching her personal best. It's 3 white lights and a good lift.
We now have Maria Exoninkina from Ukraine, 52.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her opener. Bit of trouble there for Maria, and I was a little bit worried she jumped the press command anyway. I could be wrong, but seems like a strength issue. Perhaps 5 kilos a bit ambitious.
That was a big fight, and yeah, 5 kilos at these weights, that's a 10% jump.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I can't imagine too much will change with her third, but perhaps she can find a bit of fight in her. Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain jumps 2.5 kilos to 55 to match her personal best. And I think a lot of lifters have a problem with jumping 2.5 kilos because it's the minimum jump you can make, but you've got to utilize it because it's more important getting the kilos than jumping larger and potentially missing it.
Absolutely. And she gets it.
Yeah.
Bit of work, but a solid second attempt.
3 white lights is very comfortable.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of having 3 attempts. Your first one is to secure a lift on the board. Your second is to set yourself up
Bars loaded.
to get that maximum lift you're capable of on the third attempt.
57.5 kilos from Marie Luchard from Belgium. 2.5 kilo jump. It's not always just about the number you end on, it's how you get there as well. Just waiting for the centre referee there. It was a comfortable looking lift for Luchard. A good lift.
3 whites, no problem there. And as we said, she sets herself
And bars
well
loaded for Clara.
up for her third attempt.
Klara Kucharchikova from Czechia, 67.5 kilos. 2.5 kilo jump to match her personal best on her second. Similar to her opener, like you said, it's a little bit of work off the chest, but I think that's just the style in which she presses.
Yeah, the downward movement of the bar is also quite relaxes almost herself. She dumps the bar on her chest and then just powers it up with raw strength.
It is, it's exactly that. It's raw strength that she's exhibiting there. She'd get a call for elbow depth there from the left-hand referee, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, and the jury has overruled that, unfortunately, to a no lift for Kurchachikova. Nikola Tomsova, her teammate now from Czechia, 70 kilo second attempt, 2.5 kilo jump from our opener.
Nice and steady.
Yeah, it was comfortable and it was smooth. Just like her squats, really controlled, really confident, and a good lift.
70 kilos, bars loaded for Pauline.
And we can see now we have 4 lifters going for 70. We had 4 going for 67, 3 going for 67.5 in the first round. Just how closely matched they are.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see a bit of a fight for that bronze bench, perhaps. Pauline Varnero now as a fight, but she manages to get it up, looking to collect a couple extra kilos.
So confirmed from Pauline. Let's wait for the rest.
Yeah, it's 3 whites, she gets it, but I don't know how much more she has in her today.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. You know, that looked like a top-end bench, and the question is, do you leave it there, or do you go out and attempt for another couple kilos and perhaps, you know, empty the tank a little bit more? Leah Tulipan now, 70 kilos.
Wow!
Yeah, that was a scrap and a half for Tulipan, but manages to get it up. Wow.
I think the bar stopped like 2-3 times on the way up, but
Yeah.
it's 3 whites.
Bars loaded for
And I think a similar conversation that we had with Varnero, which is, you know, where do you go from there? It looked near top end, a little bit easier than Varnero's, but still. 5 kilo jump though for Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain. 70 kilos on her second attempt. Moves her into bench press bronze for the time being, as she is the lightest out of those taking 70.
And it looks solid enough. It's 3 whites. And Thomas jumps into bench press bronze for the time being.
Again, really nicely controlled. Jena Taivanen from Finland, 72.5 kilos. Opting for a 2.5 kilo jump here. So although opening on 70, it might not end up being enough for podium. We'll have to wait and see, as she's heavier than Thomas, but taking the heavier weight on her second attempt. We'll have to see how this moves. I'm wondering if she jumped the command there. She looked a bit hesitant after she started pressing.
Yeah, I think she jumped the command, and also a depth call from the left-hand side referee.
Yeah, which also means that she's now potentially not in the running to get that bench press medal. She would have to either take it again and risk it, or go up anyway. She's not in contention overall, so maybe she came for a bench press medal and is willing to take that risk. We'll have to wait and see. For now, we have Alice Del Fabbro from Italy, 77.5 kilos.
It's a really close battle between the top three. Every lift will count, every kilo will matter at the end.
Oh, a big fight from Alice. And again, another difficult looking second attempt, and it is a good lift, but you know, she's definitely going to walk away with the bench press medal. But what she's really looking for is getting as close to Varnaro and Olivier as she can.
Yeah, and now Olivier completely in a league of her own on the bench press.
Yeah, she is well ahead of anybody else, 10 kilos ahead of anybody else's attempts so far. Cassandra Olivier, 87.5 kilos. I thought this may be where they go second, as it leaves them 3 kilos off the European record. Imagine perhaps going for 91 kilos for her third, should this move well. But we'll have to wait and see. The kilos overall will be more important than the record, I imagine.
Oh,
And that is unexpected. It is a huge fight, but she is just glued there in the middle.
she was not giving up there,
Yeah.
but too heavy in the end.
And although she definitely walks away with bench press gold, that's not really what the danger is here. The danger is that she gained a lot of ground on bench press for that overall medal, and it could mean now that Del Fabbro and Varnaro overall could catch up during deadlifts and fight for that gold medal overall. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, the Fabro's second was not the easiest, but she will be going for a 2.5 kilo jump, so taking even more out of Olivier.
Yeah, and not to forget, Varnaro has that chip from squats. Now, though, we head into the third attempts, and we have Emilia Machluska from Poland, 47.5 kilos.
And it's 3 whites, a good lift.
Yeah, still a relatively comfortable looking third for Emilia there. Maria Aksankina from Ukraine, retaking 52.5 kilos. Missed this on her second, looking to retake it now on her third.
And she gets it up this time. And it's 3 whites,
Deadlift.
no question there.
Deadlifts.
Yeah, and the issue is with the style in she benches is that she goes down to the chest really quickly, has a hard stop, which means she has to start from scratch essentially as soon as she gets to the chest. There's no tension held, so it's a definite double-sided coin with that style, but she managed to pull it back there for her third. Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain, 57.5 kilos. Very new personal best.
Oh, she tries to fight it, but it's not there today. The 2.5 kilos more, proving too much for her, and she's holding her back.
Yeah, not uncommon to see lifters have experienced back cramps during bench press, especially if they use a little bit more arch or leg drive.
Kilos, bar is loaded.
Marie Lucia from Belgium, opting for a 2.5 kilo jump to 60 for a new personal best.
Easy third attempt loaded.
Easy power.
Yes.
Have to wait for the lights.
That's a good lift. You are flex.
It's 3 whites. It's a good lift.
But now,
Now looking to retake 67.5 kilos, Klara Kucherchkova from Czechia. Missed this on her second, looking to retake it now for an extra couple kilos in her third.
Good power,
lights please.
but we'll need to see the lights.
No.
And it's 3 reds.
Yeah, unfortunately not there today. Kucherchkova
Seems to be a depth goal.
still walks away with 65 kilos, doesn't lose too much on bench. 72.5 kilos for Nikola Tomsova from Czechia. This will move her into bench press bronze for the time being, with 2 lifters to take the same weight, followed by 2 lifters looking for 75 kilos. So a lot of lifters fighting for that bench press podium.
It's even tighter than it looked.
Yeah, silver and gold in bench press already secured, but bronze is up for grabs amongst 5 lifters.
And Tomsova gets it.
Yep.
We'll have to wait for the lights. It's 3 white. Oh, it's 2-1. Okay.
Yeah,
One depth call from the left-hand side referee, but she moves up into 3rd place.
And I think she should be fine with that. It looked like good depth from here. It's quite hard sometimes from the side referee, especially if they tuck a little bit to tell elbow depth. Pauline Varnero from France, 72.5 kilos for her third attempt. Second was tough. but looking to gain as many kilos as she can. Currently 6 kilos behind gold overall.
And not today for Varnero.
Second, but still only losing 2.5. So nothing is over yet for Pauline. 72.5 for Leah. Bars loaded.
72.5 kilos for Leah Tulipan from Hungary. 2.5 kilo jump. Doesn't take her into bench press bronze as she is heavier than Tomsova.
Tries, but it's not there today for her also.
Yeah, just too heavy.
Bronze medal attempt on bench press for the Finnish lifter.
Just 4 bench presses remaining before we head into a 10-minute break prior to deadlifts. Jenna Tavainen from Finland, as I expected, jumped to 75 kilos anyway in an attempt to fight for that bench medal, which I imagine is what she was aiming for today.
She's going all or nothing. It makes sense. She's not in the fight for any of the top spots overall. It makes sense to risk it for the biscuit on the bench press.
Yeah, and from memory it wasn't a strength issue, so it is a risk, but one that she's willing to take for that medal.
Oh!
And unfortunately today it did not pay off, but as we said, that's what we imagined she would have come for today. And it was worth the risk.
The decision made sense, just unfortunately wasn't there today.
And now looking to move into bench press bronze with no one who could take it away from her if she gets this lift. Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain, 75 kilos. A red plate aside, a big milestone. It's a big fight, but it looks like she's done it.
That is a solid effort.
No.
Unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift gets called for blues from the centre and side referee. Coach goes to the jury, and we'll rewatch that here. And I think that even if they don't see that, they won't be happy with that left elbow. Yeah, and that's what the jury is saying, that the elbow was too high. Penultimate bench press here. Alice Del Fabbro from Italy, 77.5 kilos was hard. Can she get 80 kilos for another 2.5 on that total overall?
80 kilos to try to reach a 357.5 kilos total.
Yeah, just could not move that off the chest. 77 was all she had today.
355 secured.
But good enough for bench press silver.
Minutes for the gold medal on total. And now you have Cassandre Olivier trying to add 5
Now,
extra kilos.
The next lift we thought might be going for the record, but is chasing the lead going into deadlifts. If she misses this, she loses out on a potential 5 kilos on her total, which means it is so much closer between her, Del Fabbro and Varnero heading into deadlift. So this bench is really, really important for Cassandra Olivier, because it will give her that lead heading into deadlifts, where Varnero has a bigger pull than her and a chip.
Go Cassandre.
Gets it up this time, but were those elbows deep enough? No, just as I suspected. I think in an attempt to make it easier for herself, just cut the depth a little bit. You can see here, arch is higher, elbows are higher, and it means only 3.5 kilos separates the top three heading into deadlifts. Summary of bench here: Olivier is still walking away with her opener with bench press gold. Del Fabro in silver with a 77.5, and in bronze we have Tom Sova from Czechia.
Yeah, surprise home podium for Czech Republic.
Yeah, with Thomas missing that third bench press and heading into deadlifts, it is so close. Like I said, 3.5 kilos separates Varnero and Olivier, with Del Fabro there in the middle. As you can see on subtotal, Olivier and Del Fabro matched, with Varnero behind with 209, but with their deadlift openers, it will leave them at 354, 355, and 357.5. We head into a 10-minute break now before deadlifts, so don't go anywhere and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czechia. We head into the deadlifts now for the 43, 47 and 52 kilo Sub-Junior women, where we will find out who will walk away European champion. We can see here the subtotals of the 43s and 47s as we head in. Cardinale of Italy leading the 43s, and in the 47s we have Chansar of France leading. Chansar with a hefty lead. She can't be caught if she gets that first opener in, and it seems a similar case in the 43s with Cardinale closer, but important to note that it is a much bigger gap as a 43 kilo lifter to catch up with.
I was almost expecting Chansar to lower her opener just to make it a bit easier on herself to secure that total and still secure the first place. I mean, she's way ahead, so...
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. 132 might be a conservative opener for her anyway. We head into our opening attempts now. Ada Mola Yuka from Hungary, 80 kilos to secure her total. Already opening on a 5 kilo PB. Again, not too surprising as a sub-junior to see that.
And it looks nice and easy.
I was a little bit worried with her grip at the top there. Had a little bit of trouble. Just waiting for the referee's lights. And 3 white lights, a good lift, but yeah, grips it on the smooth there, so needs to be careful with those shoulders and that grip as she gets to the top.
And I don't know if you can see that, but we're having some electrical troubles here in the sports hall.
Maria Crante Perez now from Spain, 100 kilos for her opening attempt.
Nice and strong for her opener. And it's a good lift.
Next up we'll have Alessandro Murphy, 175 on the bar.
We now have Alessandra Murphy from Ireland opening on 107.5. A nice conservative opener for Ali, looking to secure that total.
Nice and easy for Murphy.
Yeah, to be expected, opening a good amount below her personal best. Like we said, you just want to secure that total and then build from there, particularly on deadlifts. You know, you definitely don't want to trip at that last hurdle.
Same weight next up, same weight.
Karolina Ichczak from Poland, 110 kilos.
Another nice and easy opener. 3 white lights, doesn't even look back.
Same weight for Giulia Cardinale.
Yeah, you know you're in trouble if your opener is hard and it's something you have to worry about. So, as to be expected, you know, that's why the coaches are here as well, to help the sub-juniors ensure their opener is something comfortable. If it doesn't look like that, perhaps lowering it. Giulia Cardinale from Italy also taking 110. Currently 12.5 kilos ahead of Ichczak.
Another nice and smooth 3 whites. And all of the 43s have a total in the bag.
Bar slowly.
We now have Lydia Gryczkowiak from Poland, 112.5 kilos, has a personal best of 126. Which I imagine to be a Polish junior record. Nice comfortable opener. Three white lights, a good lift. Our final lifter looking to secure their total with their opening attempt. Lucy Chansard from France leaps and bounds ahead of her competitors. Opening with 132.5, opening on her deadlift PB, so actually not as conservative as we would have thought, but I imagine it will be a nice looking attempt. Otherwise there'd be probably question marks around Team France there. I don't imagine that to be the case.
Yeah, no problem there. It's three whites immediately, and she jumps well ahead of her competitors. But for the second and third step on the podium in the 47s, it looks like we're gonna have a tight fight.
And that concludes our opening attempts on deadlift. We head straight through to the second round now. Cardinale leading in the 43s, followed by Ichchak and Yuka. Chansard leading in the 47s, who's put in for a European sub-junior record on her second attempt, and maybe even shooting for the world sub-junior record on her third. Should that go well, we'll have to wait and see. Ada Emilio Yuka from Hungary, 82.5 kilos.
Nice and smooth for her second. A rather small jump. It was still a personal best for her. See what she puts in for third.
Maria Corante Perez, 110 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. This moves her into deadlift bronze for the time being, of course, with Gryczkowiak to follow.
Ooh, bit of a fight.
Yeah, showed great patience off the ground, but just hit a sticking point there, and it just seemed a little bit too heavy. Let's have a look at that again in the replay. Great patience, but here as we get towards the knees.
Yeah, she gets it just over the knees, but can't lock it out.
Yeah, and her knees locked and non-locked as well, which meant that they went under the bar, and it's a really difficult position. Have to see on her third attempt, but perhaps 10 kilos is a little too ambitious of a jump. Giulia Cardinale from Italy, 115 kilos for her second attempt. 5 kilo jump. Looking just to stay ahead of Ichchak.
And a reasonably smooth second attempt. 3 white lights for Giulia Cardinale.
Yeah, and currently, has a good lead, but Ichchak's taken a bigger jump than I would have expected. They both opened on 110 kilos. Cardinale jumping to 115, but Ichchak jumping to 117.5, which would leave her 10 kilos behind Cardinale overall, although still a big way to make up. Let's see how this moves.
A very reasonable second attempt with 3 white lights. She's still gonna need a monstrous jump to try and attack for first place in the 43s, but Cardinale is not as safe as it looked like in the beginning.
Yeah, it would be a huge ask. She'd have to really get 12.5 kilos more than Cardinale currently is, because she's heavier as well.
Silver medal.
Ali Murphy now 117.5 kilos. Lovely second attempt there from Murphy.
Yeah, really fast, 3 wides, and Murphy is in a great position in the fight for the second place in the 47s. Of course, Chancellor way ahead in first.
Yeah, and really technically efficient deadlift. Lydia Goczkowiak from Poland, 117.5 kilos. It's a nice looking second attempt, and she'll be fighting with Murphy for that silver overall. Bronze looking pretty secured.
She's still 5 kilos away from Ali.
Now our final second attempt on deadlifts here. We have Lucy Shansar, already, it seems, your European champion. This is for a European sub-junior deadlift record. Currently standing at 140 kilos, looking to extend it by a whole kilo. I think trying to get her a closer jump towards that world sub-junior deadlift record at 145.5. Just brushing the bar down here. This would leave her on 298.5 on her second attempt for a total, a huge total.
And the bar is loaded.
And the bar is loaded for Lucy Chansal from France, 141 kilos for a European sub-junior record on her second attempt. Looking to pace herself perhaps for a world record on her third. Let's see how this moves. Oh,
I think she got thrown out of position there.
Just lost her balance.
yeah, now she needs to make sure she doesn't get in her head. Let's have a look at that in the replay.
She'll have one last attempt, of course. But for now,
She has another attempt at that, and no one really is going to catch her overall. It just seemed to tip forwards a little bit.
I think she locked her knees out too soon, just got thrown off forward.
4 lifts remaining.
And that concludes our second round of deadlifts. We head into the third and final round now to see who will walk away with what medal on deadlift and overall. Ada Imola Yuka from Hungary now. 90 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump from her second, and the bar is loaded. No, not on there today. I think actually looking at that when she went down to pull, it seemed like her hands were even narrower than her first and her second attempt. So I'm not sure if you changed something there, but
And now Maria
I don't know.
presenting 110
She just
kilos.
can't break the floor with it.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a strength issue, but I think she also just changed that grip a little bit.
The bar is loaded.
110 kilos for Maria Carante Perez from Spain. Missed this on her second. Looking to retake it now on her third. So give her a 2.5 kilo total PB should she make this.
Fuerte, María, vamos.
And she's fighting it. Again, gets stuck right above the knees. Can't get it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just too much in the bar.
Carolina.
Like you said, it's not always about where you end up, but also how you get there sometimes. Karolina Iczak from Poland, 120 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. Currently in deadlift gold, but is heavier than Cardinale, who will take the same weight. Silver secured overall.
Which will be a 2.5 PB for her.
That's a lovely third attempt from Iczak.
Yeah, smashes the bar back onto the floor, and she's very happy with herself.
120 as well, this time for Giulia Cardinale. Will be European 43 sub-junior this year. The bar is loaded.
Giulia Cardinale from Italy, 120 kilos, already your European champion. This will move her into deadlift gold as well. She wants squat gold, bench gold, and deadlift gold, as well as gold overall, and this would secure that for her. What a grind, a fantastic end to the day for Giulia, and a good lift.
Yeah, she's over the moon with that.
And she could not have done better. She gets a personal best on total, as well as every gold medal she could have collected. Phenomenal day for Cardinale. Bar is now loaded for Alessandra Murphy from Ireland, 122.5 kilos. Moves her into deadlift silver for the time being, but more importantly, would secure, it seems, the silver unless Grechkowiak decided to bump her third attempt up. We'll have to wait and see. 122.5 kilos for Ali Murphy from Ireland. And it's a lovely pull again from Ali.
Yeah, so technically efficient, great pull. And now we'll have to see if Grechkowiak responds with an attempt change. And yes, it seems like she does.
Yeah, and she would have had to go up 5 kilos, which she did. It's a big ask, it's a 10 kilo jump from her second, but you know, we'll have to see what happens. She's a conventional puller, which usually is a little easier to grind, a bit stickier towards lockout. So she doesn't lose out anything by trying this. She's already secured bronze in both deadlift and overall. So really, it was the only place she could have gone other than securing perhaps a total PB.
Well, you're not at international competitions to secure a total PB, you're here to secure the medal, if you're at all able to.
And that's what she's looking to do. Lidia Grechkowiak from Poland, 127.5 kilos, 1.5 kilos above her sub-junior national record in Poland.
And let's see if she can grind this out. She's fighting for it.
Wow, look at that. And like we said, easier to grind in that conventional, so strong.
And a cheeky smile on the top.
Moves herself into that silver overall, and it is well deserved.
Wow.
And on body weight ahead of Murphy.
Great tactics at play here from the Polish team.
One deadlift remaining before we head straight through to the 52 kilo sub-junior women. We're going to see Lucy Chansa from France reattempting the European sub-junior deadlift record, 141 on the bar. Just eluded her on her second, looking to retake it here on her third for a new European record.
Of course, she wants a record.
Gets her moving once again, but it is just not there today, unfortunately, for Lucy.
Yeah, once again the knees locking out too soon, it would seem. You can see it again on the replay, but there will be no deadlift record today, unfortunately. Still takes the deadlift gold and the overall gold.
Yeah, she was still way ahead of her competitors, and you can see Cardinale walking away with deadlift gold in the 43s, followed by Ichchak and Yuka, and Shansar in deadlift gold in the 47s. Overall, Gilia Cardinale is your European 43 kilo sub-junior champion, and Lucy Shansar from France is your European champion in the 47 kilo sub-juniors. We head right through now to the 52 kilos. We will see who walks away, in what position. It is so close, you could not call it right now. Who's going to walk away European champion between Olivier Del Fabro and Varnero? Only 3.5 kilos separate all three. And kicking us off, we have Emilia Machlewska from Poland, 107.5 kilos.
A strong opener for Emilia.
110 kilos for Maria and Sontina. Bars loaded.
And the bar is loaded for Maria Aksonkina from Ukraine, 110 kilos.
And another strong and speedy opener, securing her the total.
17.5 now for Belgium.
We now have Marie Luchard from Belgium, 117.5 kilos.
Really fast. And 3 whites, a good opener.
125 now for Denmark from Finland. Bars loaded.
We now have Jenna Tavainen from Finland, 125 kilos, opening 7.5 kilos above her personal best.
Nice and strong. 3 whites.
Same weight, bars loaded for Sylvie Thomas.
Looking for a 15 kilo personal best on total with her opener, Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain, 125 kilos.
And another nice and speedy opener. You'd expect nothing less from a competitor this experienced.
Yeah, it was lovely and snappy. Plenty left in the tank there for Sylvie. Klara Kuchikova from Czechia, 125 kilos.
A bit of work there at the top, but it's 3 whites and a good opener.
Same weight once again for Carla. Bars loaded.
Carla Luis Nieto from Spain, 125 kilos. Giving a 7.5 kilo PB on her total with her opening deadlift.
Wow, the power.
Yeah, really accentuates that lockout there.
Such an aggressive approach.
Nikola Tomsova from Czechia, 135 kilos. Looking to rack up some team points here. In 4th overall on prognosis. Again, it's so easy. All of her opening attempts have looked so fast.
3 white lights. Absolutely no problem there. And we'll be moving on into our podium contenders.
Yeah, the next 3 lifters all fighting for the overall, and then our final opening attempt fighting for deadlift gold. Alice Del Fabbro from Italy, 140 kilos. Every kilo is going to count here. I cannot stress how close it is between those top 3. 3.5 kilos currently separating them. So it'll be very interesting to see how all of their different openers move. And that is extremely interesting and concerning. What do you think there?
Well, she took quite a lot of time to get the bar off the floor. It's a weird style of sumo pulling. Her knees are really inwards.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like she's pulling a lot with her arms rather than her legs in that position, but we'll have to see. That might be knocking her out of that contention for overall. Cassandra Olivier from France, 142.5 kilos, currently in 1st on prognosis, and if she makes that look just slightly easier than Del Fabbro's, she's in a good position.
And she makes it look a lot easier.
Yeah, what a stark difference that is. And that is a good lift. So De Fabra's gone up 5 kilos anyway, which, you know, you have to try and fight for that podium position, but it was tough. Our penultimate opener now, Pauline Varnero from France, 145 kilos. The European sub-junior deadlift record currently stands at 156 and the world at 157.
And that's how an opener should look.
Yeah, absolutely should. It's a good lift, and it means she's got plenty left in the tank to fight for that gold overall, should she get the chance to. And it seems at the moment it's going to be a France v France finale. Our heaviest opener of the flight comes from Leah Tulipen from Hungary, 145 kilos. Although she is slightly heavier than Varnero. See how this moves, see if she's going to be taking a stab at any of the records on her 2nd and 3rd. Her personal best is 157.5, which is above the world sub-junior record.
Oh, she's limping off the platform. It's a good lift, but something seems to have gone wrong for Lea.
It could have happened during warm-ups. You know, she's still managing to pull
112.5.
and lock it out, and as long as she can safely and continue to do that, she's in a good position for that deadlift gold and perhaps the record. But that concludes our opening attempts with all 12 securing their total. Varnaro currently leading on body weight in deadlifts ahead of Tulipan, and Olivier currently in deadlift bronze, 2.5 kilos below them. We head now into our second attempts of deadlifts. Now their totals are secured, they can continue to build it. Emilia Machlewska from Poland jumping to 112.5.
355 and Varnaro 354.
A bit more of a fight there, but it's a good lift. And she's gonna try and push that a couple kilos further on her third.
Maria Aksunkina from Ukraine jumping 10 kilos to 120 for her second attempt.
And she gets it quite smoothly. And it's 3 whites, a good lift. And 5 kilo personal best for her.
127.5. 10 kilo jump.
Marie Lucia from Belgium jumping 10 kilos to 127.5 for her second attempt.
Reasonably heavy for a second attempt, and still some left in the tank, definitely.
130 kilos now for Clara. And the bar is loaded. So a 5 kilo jump for her.
Klara Kucharchkova from Czechia, 130 kilos, 5 kilo jump from her opener. Shows great patience off the ground there, but just gets stuck at the knees.
I just can't get the bar that last fourth of the way up.
132.5 now for Sylvie Thomas.
You can see with different lifters, different styles. Everyone has their own sticking point.
Yeah, and due to different leverages as well, you know, everything takes part. Bar being loaded now for Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain, taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 132.5 to further extend her total PB and her current deadlift PB of 130.
Come on.
And that's 3 white lights for Thomas.
3 white lights. That's a good
2.5 kilo personal best on her second attempt.
Let's go, Carla.
Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain, 132.5 kilos for her second attempt. Hit PB after PB today, a very new lifter, less than 1 year. Just get a blue infraction from that centre referee, and I imagine that was for assisting the bar with the legs. Let's have a look.
Yeah, with a style so power dependent, it can seem to a referee that you have supported the bar with your thighs, which of course is an infraction.
I think looking at the replay, she seemed to be okay. I don't think that she actually did, but like you said, it was the style that made it look more so. Jenna Tavainen from Finland, 135 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener.
Wow, she's fighting it, but
yeah, 10
no.
kilos is just too much.
Yeah, it was an ambitious jump. Couldn't make it, unfortunately.
And even if she had fought through that, you can see here she did start using the thighs to try and get the bar up, which was the blue infraction we were just speaking about.
Yeah, some call that hitching. Of course, in certain strength sports allowed, in powerlifting it's not.
Yeah, strongman that is allowed and advised, but not here. Alice Del Fabro from Italy now had a really, really tough opener with 140. She's looking to stay in the fight for silver. Gold might be out of reach now, but perhaps it was a positional thing. You know, there's a small fraction of a chance it could have been, but it just looked hard. She jumped 5 kilos anyway, which is above her personal best. So let's see how this moves. I'm really interested to see how this unfolds.
Yeah, it almost looked like she didn't get into the correct position previously. But we'll have to see now.
Yeah, sumo's pretty technical like that, but I'd be surprised if it made that much of a difference. I've seen weirder things though. Wow.
Well, I'd say this one looked easier.
It did, it definitely, even though it went up wonky, it definitely looked easier. So she's not out the game just yet. Perhaps her third will look even easier than that, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we get a heroic effort from her.
Yeah, and it puts her in a better position to do so now as well. Of course, Varnaro having the chip is going to make it harder for Del Fabro. Nikola Tomsova from Czechia jumping 10 kilos now to 145, moves her into deadlift silver for the time being, with Varnaro and Tulipan to follow. Sticking point at the top, as is familiar with sumo, but it's a good lift.
Yeah, a very reasonable second attempt.
It does move her into deadlift silver, but I think should the next 3 deadlifts go well, she's out of a shot for deadlift medals. Pauline Varnaro from France jumping 7.5 kilos to 152.5. This moves her, keeps her in deadlift gold, but moves her into gold overall for the time being.
And another great second attempt.
Yeah, and that chip is going to come in really useful. Of course, in prognosis, still her teammate leading, Olivier. Leah Tulipan from Hungary, 152.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump to move her from deadlift bronze into silver. Ooh, getting very close to that European and world sub-junior deadlift record, respectively standing at 156 and 157.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it just seemed like her knees locked really early there.
Yeah, I think it's some kind of health issue. She seemed to have some trouble with her leg cramping up or something like that on her previous attempt, and the way she just lets it go in the middle.
And now we have Cassandra Olivier from France, 152.5 kilos, moves her into deadlift silver, but more importantly, back into gold overall, heading into third attempts. And she's got room in the tank to keep pushing for it.
Hey, it's 3 white lights, and Olivier stays the favorite going into the third round.
Is leading total 367.5, followed closely by Pauline Varno at
And that concludes our second round, heading to the third, starting to separate a little bit from each other, the top three, but I can see that Varnero has put in for that European record. Del Fabro's put in what seems like a bit of a Hail Mary / placeholder with a 10 kilo jump from that second. And we're waiting to see now what Olivier puts in, but we head through, as you can see here, so close to the third attempts where we will find out who will walk away European champion. Emilia Machluska now, 115.
Unfortunately, just can't break the floor.
Now Maria Axon 125 kilos.
Maria Aksonkina from Ukraine, 125 kilos for her third and final attempt.
Bar is loaded.
And I can't currently see Maria out in the wings. I'm just going to give her a second there, but in the meantime, I'm just going to say thank you to our sponsors, ESN, SBD, and Visit Malta. Without them, none of this would be possible. Got ESN here handing out some protein bars to the lifters, keeping them fueled and growing. Of course, SBD providing knee sleeves, singlets. We see plenty of the new country singlets coming through, and they are gorgeous. And of course, Visit Malta hosting Junior Worlds just a few weeks ago, and I can tell you it was beautiful. Very lucky with the weather. Gorgeous August, September days there, 30 degrees. And yeah, it seems like Maria letting the time just run out there to give her competitors a little bit of extra breathing room.
Well, her second attempt wasn't that hard. At least it seemed so.
No, perhaps there's an injury going on there, or if you know you're at your top end and you know you don't want to push it, it's worth just calling it there. Klara Kuchachikova from Czechia, retaking 130 here.
Now, can't break the floor this time. Unfortunately, it's not there today for her.
So finish with a 125 best lifts on the deadlift, totaling 209 kilos. Marie Luchard now with 132.5. Bars loaded.
Marie Luchard from Belgium, 132.5 kilos for her third and final attempt.
Oh, she's trying to fight it.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's
It's-
just not there, but what an effort.
She really gave it her all, but unfortunately not there today.
So just quickly looking at the scoreboard, Olivier leading, I think, put 157 in, which is
One last time.
currently the world record, so won't be enough for that. But I imagine if she secures the gold after Varnio and Del Fabro's second attempts, I think perhaps she might push for that world sub-junior total record of 373.5, as well as the world sub-junior deadlift record. So putting in for 1.5 kilos more than she has now, which would be 158.5, but we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Jenna Tavainen now retaking 135.
Well, she gets it up this time. And she really gave it her all. It's a 2-to-1 good lift. A blue light from the right hand side referee.
Yeah, that would have been for assisting there. So I'll keep an eye on the jury. They have to be unanimous, complete agreement for it to be turned over either way. It looks like it's going to stand. Carla Ruiz Nieto from Spain, 135 kilos.
Just a 2.5 kilo jump. Ah, look at the power.
Solid last attempt and a good lift. 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a good lift.
137.5 now for Sylvie.
5 lifts remaining before we cap off our first session of the championships. Sylvie Thomas from Great Britain, 137.5 kilos for another personal best. 5 kilo jump from her second. Her final ever competition as a sub-junior. And look at that.
Yeah, she had to work for that one.
Now, third attempts and no place for an RP7. So I think a little bit of work is justified there. And it is a good lift for Sylvie Thomas.
Congratulations, Sylvie. Now we'll have Alicia Del Fabro.
Now a fight for the deadlift podium, but also the podium overall for 3 of the next 4 lifters. Alice Del Fabro dropped to 147.5. Another 10 kilos was just too much of a Hail Mary, but she is looking to push it into silver overall and deadlift bronze, of course, with Varnaro to follow.
Team total 362.5. Just a kilo over winning so far.
No, she can't break the floor.
And you know what? She did well to do it on the second, because after that first, I didn't expect it to move as it did.
Well, absolutely. She still holds the overall 3rd position.
Yeah, and that won't be taken away from her, but it does give a little bit more wiggle room to Team France. Nikola Tomsova now from Czechia, 152.5 kilos, looking to move from deadlift bronze into silver, has definitely secured the bronze, as Tulipan has chosen not to come out for her 3rd.
Come on, strong pull, strong pull. Come on, up, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, no, the bar gets stuck there. She's still gonna get the deadlift bronze. She tried for silver, but it wasn't there today, unfortunately. And we move on into the last two deadlifts.
Yeah, and they are big ones at that. It doesn't seem like Varnaro is pushing for that gold overall. She's relinquishing that to her teammate Olivier, but she is... Oh, I'm going to hold my breath because I've seen an attempt change come in. Oh, she has gone up to 157.5. She is going for deadlift gold, but it also pushes Olivier to have to pull first. And I did not expect that. A bit of France v France action there. I thought that Olivier would wait to see what Varnaro did to see if she can pull for the world total record. But it seems like Varnaro is not giving her the chance to do so. And now the bar has been loaded, they cannot change that. It's not giving them the time to do so. It's going to be an awkward plane ride home. Cassandra Olivier now from France. Currently in gold overall, pulling for deadlift gold, 157 for a new European sub-junior record. One final pull of the day. These are 1.5 kilos below the world sub-junior total record. And there it is, a new European sub-junior record on deadlift.
Matches the world sub-junior record but does not break it. And Vernero will be trying to take it away from her.
Yeah, and at that, going for the European and world sub-junior deadlift record. Not shooting for gold overall, but is looking to take the record that Olivier just broke, as well as the world record. One last lift of the day to move into deadlift gold, take the European deadlift record, as well as the world deadlift record. Pauline Varnaro, the bar is loaded 157.5 for a world sub-junior deadlift record.
Let's see this happen.
European Sub-Junior Championships. Pauline Varnaro, runner-up of his weight class, attempting a world record on deadlift. Allez, Pauline, let's go!
And he's going up. Oh.
Just loses balance there. Not there, unfortunately, but what a valiant effort. Still walks away with that squat record, 139 as well. So what a day she's had. Let's have a look at that again before we head to a quick summary.
What an effort.
Yeah, absolutely mammoth effort. And in deadlifts, in deadlift bronze, Nicola Tomsova from Czechia with 145. In silver from France, Varnaro with 152.5. And with a new European record, matching the world record, Olivier from France with 157. And overall, your bronze medalist from Italy, Alice Del Fabbro with 360. 1.5 kilos ahead, Varnaro from France. And your new European champion, Cassandra Olivier from France. We're going to head straight into the medal ceremony now. So don't go anywhere. We have this afternoon for you at 2:30 local time, the men's 53 and 59 kilo sub-juniors. So we'll catch you there. For now, stick around for the medal ceremony. We'll see you then.
special medals will be given by Mr. Deadlift, India Treasurer, and director of this European Championship. Thank you very much, Alex. So, starting with the 43 sub-junior squat event, the bronze medalist this year on squat from Hungary, 70 kilos best lift, Juha Ada Imola. Best lift. The silver medalist from Poland is Karolina Iczak. The gold medal on squat events will go to Team Italy, 95 kilos for Giulia Cardinale. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you. On bench press now. The bronze medal with 42.5 best lift from Hungary, Juha Ada Imola. Silver medal with 45 kilos best lift will go to Karolina Iczak, Poland. Best lift, once again, Team Italy, Giulia Cardinale. Thank you very much. Attacking the deadlift now, 82 kilos, 82.5 kilos best lifts for Juha Ada Imola from Hungary, taking the bronze medal. The silver medal will be taken once again by Karolina Iczak from Poland, 120 kilos. 120 kilos as well, but lighter on body weight, the gold medalist once again, Giulia Cardinale, Italy. Thank you very much. On total now, the bronze medalist totaling 195 kilos from Hungary, Juha Ada Imola. With 252.5 total from Poland, the silver medalist is Karolina Iczak. Champion in the 43 sub-junior weight class from Italy, Giulia Cardinale, totaling 265 kilos. national anthem of Italy. Please stand up.
Please stand up. Stand up, please. Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies. In the 47 sub-juniors now, on squad events, the bronze medalists with 92.5 best lift from Spain, Maria Quilante Perez. The silver medalist from Ireland, 100 kilo best lift, Alessandra Murphy. And the gold medal in squat with 102.5 will go to Lucie Chansard from France. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you. On bench press now, the bronze medalist, 50 kilos best lift from Spain, Maria Durante Perez. Tight race on bench press, the silver medalist with 55 best attempt from France, Lucie Chansard. Same amount of weight lifted, but lighter on body weight, the gold medalist from Poland, Lidia Ryskowiak. Congratulations, thank you. On deadlift now. The bronze medal on deadlift with 122.5 best attempt will go to Ireland with Alessandra Murphy. The silver medalist, 127.5 from Poland, Lidia Ryskowiak. And the gold medalist with 132.5 best lift from France, Lucie Chansard. Thank you very much. Medals on top now. The bronze medalist with 272.5 total from Ireland is Alessandra Murphy. Really close battle between those two, but this time won by Poland. Same total, but lighter on body weight. Ryskowiak Lidia. And the 2024 European champion in the 47 sub-junior weight class with 290 kilos, Lucie Chansard from France. Please, ladies and gentlemen, stand up for the national anthem of France. Thank you very much. Congratulations once again. The 52 subjects now to conclude this medal ceremony. On squat event, the bronze medal will go to Cassandre Olivier with 132.5 from France. The silver medalist on squat is Alice Del Fabro from Italy with 137.5. The gold medalist on squat event with 139 best lifts is Pauline Vardereau, France. And of course, a new record for her. Congratulations. Thank you. On bench press now. The bronze medal will go to Czechia, 72.5 kilos best lift for Nikola Tomsova. The silver medal will go once again to Team Italy with Alice De Fabro, 77.5 best lift. And the gold medalist on bench with 82.5 best attempt from France, Cassandre Olivier. Thank you. On deadlift events, 145 kilos best attempt for the bronze medalist from Czechia, Nikola Tomsova. The silver medal will go to Pauline Vardereau from France, 152.5. And the deadlift gold will go to Team France with a new world record for Cassandre Olivier, 157 kilos. Congratulations, thank you. On total now, the bronze medal with 360 kilos will go to Team Italy with Alice Del Fabro. The silver medal with 361.5 from France, Pauline Vardereau. And the European 52 sub-junior champion with 372 kilos from France, Cassandre Olivier. So please stand up for the national anthem of France. Once again, congratulations to all of you ladies. So that concludes our morning session. Please, one last round of applause for this very first session of the 2024 year. Powerlifting Championships. Congratulations to all of the ladies. And we'll have at 2 p.m. the opening ceremony of this European